the cloud, because honestly, I never had really anybody to tell me what to do. Like I was just somebody, I was the person in the room that had just the most amount of action. And I just took the most amount of action possible and just kept going forth and forth and forth and learning and learning and learning from different types of experiences. I have a whiteboard back here too, because I'm going to be using it today. So I'm actually really excited to be talking about what it is that we're going to do it. So let's talk about the first strength. Let's talk about the spiritual aspect of success, right? I know I put up something earlier today. If you guys listened to it, it was actually on a lot of the Life by Design groups. And what it talked about was standards, right? Because we don't get what we are in life. We get what our standards are. You see what I'm saying? Some of us have really high standards and some of us have low standards. You guys got to understand that we as human beings have made up an identity for ourselves. And these identities hold true to our standards. Where is this showcased? It's actually showcased within your guys' business, within your guys' physical, let's say, shape. Somebody that's super athletic, they have a super high standard to keep that athletic shape because that's who they are. That is the identity that they have created themselves, and that's what they're going to hold true to. Now, if you're somebody that is not in a physical shape or thinks negatively about themselves, negatively correlate their physical body into their mental state. So that's why people that are living in a negative state, sometimes it will correlate in their physical form. So why I'm saying this to you guys is just because what are your standards? I think you need to all ask yourself this, because we don't get in life what we believe we want, we get what our standards are. If you look at every single chairman in the company, every single six-figure earner just in life in general, they have a high amount of standards that they hold themselves accountable to every single day. It's something that they cannot do. Like, let's say the fitness person that we were talking about earlier, that person that does fitness every single day, he must work out every single day. That is part of his routine. That is his standard, to be that better person every single day. That is his progression. So my progression or my standard every single day is to bring the most amount of value possible, but to always be growing mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, and spiritually every single day. So what kind of standards have you guys hold yourself to? Or do you have? Ask yourself that, because I feel like too many people set low quality standards for themselves. That's just the truth. That is the reality. That is the life that we live in. So figure out your standards, because the moment you can kind of elevate those and identify what kind of standards are holding you back, you can elevate to the next level, right? And that's what we're going to talk about, right? Next level, next level, next level. So I'm going to give you guys the core key secrets, like I said, and this is a huge aspect to the spiritual aspect of success on how to get to the next level, right? What are your standards? Ask yourself that question. Okay. Next thing, I want to ask you guys 3 questions. Okay. I want to ask you guys 3 solid questions. And I did this with the last group. Okay. If money wasn't an issue, how much money do you want to make? Ask yourself that question. If money isn't an issue, how much money do you want to make? Would you want to make a month? Just write it down or put that down. Ask that question, right? Ask yourself that question. We're going to keep going, guys. Okay. Now the second thing is, how much time are you putting into your business? How much time are you putting into your business? And the last and final question you want to ask yourself is, how long are you willing to seek it through? So first question, I'll ask you guys, how much money do you guys want to make? So that is a big question, because a lot of people do not have an end destination on how much money they want to make. They're just yeah, you know what? I want to be a millionaire. No, but let's be realistic. How much money do you want to make in a month in IML starting January 1st, 2019? How much money do you want to make in IML starting January 1st, 2019? People are unrealistic with it. So it's if I want to make, let's say, $1,000 a month residually, all right, or $2,000 a month residually, you have that set stone, and now you reverse engineer it, okay? And that's what we're going to talk about, reverse engineering your rank and all that stuff. But a lot of people just don't understand that stuff. Number 2, how much time are you willing to invest? Most people, you guys have to be 100%. I'm going to be real and transparent with you guys. You need to invest anywhere from 2 hours to sometimes 4 hours a day building your business / trading and investing in yourself. And why I'm saying that is because just from experience, 2 to 4 hours a day for 2 to 4 years will shift your entire life. I am living proof of that, you know, for me, myself, I built my business 2 to 4 hours in a high productivity level, not just activity, but high productivity level in 2 to 4 hours a day. You know, a lot of us here, I think that time is more valuable than money. A lot of us here spend a lot of time in activity. We're not in productivity. Like when it comes to trading, are you guys actually marking up the charts, right? That is a productivity, right? Activity would be like, oh, just scrolling through social media. You know, when you're building your business, are you just scrolling through social media? Are you actually prospecting people? Are you actually taking three-way calls? Are you actually creating your lists? Are you building your lists? Are you following up with all the other persons? So distinguish productivity versus activity in your entire business, and it will build your business to the moon. Now, what we're going to talk about today, which is going to be massive, is number one, when you are a Plat 150. So now let's start this entire bit. We got the whiteboard here. Let's start this entire thing out. Cool. So understand this, guys, real quick. Let me see if I can get this to full screen. Let me get it in speaker mode. Cruise is on there. All right, sick. So now that we got this in full round. Okay, so now let's erase this. Let's talk about P150. Okay, I am a brand new rep in iMarkets Live. I just started as a customer, right? And I got my 2 and a 3. Okay. As a customer or somebody in iMarkets Live, I need to distinguish how I got launched in this entire business. Did my launch process, was I launched the right way or the wrong type of way? In a perfect world, everyone is launched the proper way. But we live in an imperfect world. If everything was just hypothetically true, everybody would be a millionaire in network marketing, right? We live in an imperfect world. So honestly, nobody is launched in the right type of way, but you must learn to launch yourself in the right type of way. And that is the key to building your entire business, right? I usually, every single time I launch myself or relaunch myself, I have to reevaluate the fast start training. So I go back into, right, fast start, my fast start training. And the fast start training is very simple, right? So I learn the key core things like the why and the who. I go back to that. Why? Because if you master the basics, or if you don't know how to master the basics, you will never master the nuanced fundamentals. So the why and the who, right? And then the goals, right? Because I have to set new goals for myself. I have to relaunch myself, because understand this real quick, guys. People, if they're just screwing by or floating in business, they're floating in life, they're never going to make it to their fucking goals, dude. Like, they need to sprint, because people that don't sprint are the people that end up stagnant for years in life. So if you need to go out there, like, you got to understand, if you're not having momentum in your business right now, it's because you need to relaunch in your entire business. You need to relaunch your group. You need to go out there, and some of you guys might have to go through a complete different fast start training one more time with different whys and whos, with different goals. I've gone through my fast start training more than 7 times, dude, in my entire network marketing career. And every single time I've gone through the why and the who, it's been a different why and the who. In the beginning, I just wanted to make money, dude. That is the truth. That is the reality. The second time, once I started making money, then I wanted to go out there and help my parents. Once I was able to do that, then I wanted to go out there and help other people. Then the why became different. It would grow. So understand that you're going to have to shift your entire why and your who, and it's going to have to evolve. Okay, so you might have to go through an entire fast start training if you're stuck at P150 and you have not gone P600 in months, or you're stuck at a standstill in your business. You might have to reevaluate the P150, P600, the why, the who, the goals, and then the list, right? You guys are already a customer, so I'm not going to be talking about trading today. I sent out signals earlier today. Some people are profitable if they took them, right? But I'm not going to be talking about trading today. I'm going to be talking about strictly building. So once you do this, once you relaunch and go through the why and the who, I have the whole Life by Design Fast Start training on YouTube. You guys can go check it out. Okay, once you go through that, then after that, you're going to identify to yourself. You're going to ask yourself those 3 questions. How much money do I want to make? How much time am I willing to invest? And how long am I willing to see it through? Now, when I ask you guys, how long are you willing to see it through? I'm not asking you, are you going to stay in the business and commit for 90 days or 120 days? I'm asking you, how deep in depth is your vision? How depth of vision do you have for yourself? I'm not asking you, how long are you going to stay in the business? I'm asking you, what is your depth of vision to know if it's possible for you? So when I say this stuff, it's like, okay, cool. What is your depth of vision to know how long will you think it will believe for you to make
1,000 a month or 2,000 a month? Do you think it will take you 90 days? Do you think it'll take you 120 days? Because this is the thing about society, guys. 90% of people don't have depth in the vision. Okay, I'll give you an example. There's 70 people on this call right now. There's 70 people on this call, right? And whether it's 70 people or 700 people, I always try to bring the same type of energy, synchronicity, vibe, and value, because these 770 people, I don't see 70 people. I see 700 people. Okay, that is my depth in the vision to know that it's going to be big. Okay, where do you guys see yourself on your team? When you have a team of 30 people, 10 people, 20 people, do you see 10, 20 people, maybe a couple people that are going to fall off because next month their auto ship's going to come through and they haven't taken action? So you're seeing less than 10 people? Or do you see out of those 10 people, if they all got 10, 100 people? See, I'm asking you guys for your depth in the vision. So that's why I say that type of stuff. Like, how long are you willing to see it through? So for me, I'm willing to see it through for a lifetime. Dude, you could take away IML today, regardless of whatever happens, I will go out there and make the certain amount of income that I need to make. I would love to do it through IML 1,000%, but how long are you willing to see your goals through? So once you go through the fast start training one more time, because if they're not hitting momentum in their business, they're going to have to relaunch it and redo it and reallocate the why, the who, the goals, and the list. They're going to have to do that. And once they have to do that, they ask themselves those 3 questions. Now we're going to talk about, okay, cool. After you master how to properly tap root your business, we're going to talk about that a little later. Now we're going to talk about P150. Okay, so if I'm a P150, how to hit P150? So simple. All it is just the fast start training. I use the services, right? I'm using 4 services. And then fast start training. Now people are like, well, what the fuck is the fast start training? I don't know what the fast start training is. I haven't gone through it. I don't even know, John. I just got on this call. I don't know who you are, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so what is the fast start training? What is your list exposed of? Okay, how big is your list? Is your list like, let's say 100 people, 200 people, 300 people? You need to understand, guys, that like your list is like your treasure map. It's like what your income is going to be a part of. If you want to make a 6-figure income, you need to at least have a list of 100 people in your entire list, right? Because it is actually in direct proportion that you will get paid out within $1,000 in every single year for every 100 people that you have, every one person that you have in your business. So if I want to make a 6-figure income in a year, I need to have at least 100 people on that list. If I want to make $1,000 in one whole year in network marketing, I would have 1 person on that list. Okay, so how big is your list? That list as all I would master is the PS3 system. So PS3, I'm not learning how to present. I'm not learning how to go out there and speak in front of people. I'm not posting on, well, I could be maybe posting a little bit on social media of how like I just got started with it. But the main goal that my thing is to do is to share freeway. I don't want to go out there and tell the world about it. I don't want to go on Facebook Live and tell everybody how I just got involved with the Forex company. I'm so happy. My goal is a P150 fast start training. The why, the goal is the list. I'm going to get the full fast start training for you guys right now, just so you guys have the full thing, right? The why, the goal is the list. The list. After that comes the invite, right? The invite, PS3, and development. That's it. It's just these small things, the why, the goals, the list, invite, PS3, and development. So now what is PS3 for people that are brand new on here? If I'm a P150, all I want to learn is how to peak, share, right? And leverage a 3-way call. That's it. That's it. If you're not a P600 right now, you do not want to do anything else. You're fucking it up. Because if you're going out there posting on social media, this, and that, if you're doing this, you're doing that, you haven't even learned the basics yet. So peaking, how are you peaking interests? Because people that peak interest in society are the most richest people in the entire world. And why do you think, let's say, promoters get paid so much? It's because they can peak interest into the masses, right? Why do you think it takes Why do you think people do everything in their power to go out there and get commercials or do billboard ads? All they're trying to do is just pique your guys' interest. Instagram with the promotions, right? They're trying to pique your interest in 15 seconds. So you go on there, you click on the promotion, you click on their profile, and then you buy their product. Okay, everything starts with piquing interest. So how do you pique interest? There's 3 ways, right? 3 ways to pique interest. If you guys are on here, good. If you aren't on here, you might learn something new that you've never, if you've gone through the fast forward training, if you haven't, you're gonna learn something new. I guarantee you, you'll learn something new every single time. So all I'm gonna learn as a P150 is 3 ways to pique interest. 3 ways: direct, indirect, and super indirect approach. Super indirect. Okay, so the direct approach, hey, do you know what Forex is? Hey, have you ever heard about Forex before? Now, if you want to be direct on social media, because I'm not bashing people that do social media, I built a multi-million-dollar business on social media. Social media is honestly one of the best tools in the entire world. But if you guys don't know how to pique interest on social media, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your entire time. So this is how you pique interest on social media. You go on somebody's profile, go on somebody's picture, like 2 of their pictures, comment on one of their, this is how to directly pique interest on social media. Like 2 of their pictures, comment on one of their pictures, tell them, hey, you have a great profile. I would love to collaborate and connect with you. That's it. That's how vague it is. All you're doing is piquing interest, right? People are naturally drawn through curiosity. Okay, so all we're doing is piquing people's interest, and that's it. Then they're going to end up in your inbox and be like, hey, I saw your thing. How would you like to connect and collaborate? Then that's when you lead them with the invite and you share them the opportunity, and that's what we're going to talk about today. But that is the direct approach. Like, hey, have you heard of Forex? Have you heard of Forex? Have you heard of trading? Hey, on social media, hey, you have an amazing profile. I would love to connect and collaborate with you. And then people hit you up like, bro, you hit me up to connect and collab. What is it you want to do? Well, bro, I saw how amazing your profile is. I would love to know if you've ever made money off of your Instagram before. Have you ever leveraged your Instagram to make money? Have you ever wanted to learn how to go out there and leverage your Instagram to make money? Have you ever wanted to learn how to monetize your Instagram and make money? Have you ever wanted to do this or do that? Ask them that question. That's how you pique more interest, right? But that's online and offline. Offline, have you heard of Forex? Second type of way, indirect approach, right? Now the indirect approach. Let me get 2 markers in, actually. Let's see if I can get 2 markers, guys. My bad. The indirect approach, okay? The indirect approach, very simple, okay? Let's say if you're out there and you're in public with people, okay? Or somebody's texting you or you're texting other people. Let's say you're in public and people in person. You know, you're walking with your friend, your group of friends, you know, you're doing whatever, and then you pull out your charts and you're trading in front of them. You're like, oh, I just made $100, $200. That's indirectly approaching people. The indirect approach and super indirect approach, I think, are even more powerful because people are coming to you rather than you going to other people. So let's say I'm in the cafeteria at my school, my local college, and I have my laptop out, right? And people are looking at that. So they're like, dude, what is it that you're doing? I see you have charts and stuff like that, right? That's an indirect approach. You're indirectly going to somebody about it. Now, another way to indirect approach now on social media, that's what we're going to talk about today, right? On social media, let's say if we were to go on social media and I'm posting up charts. I'm posting up, let's say, all the pips I called last night. I'm posting up events. I'm posting up calls like this, right? Like learning from a multiple 6 or 7 figure earner. That's going to pique people's interest indirectly. People are going to be asking you, what is it that you want to do? You put a poll on Instagram. Hey, have you ever wanted to learn how to trade before? Hey, have you ever wanted to live a life by design? Hey, have you ever wanted to quit your job? Hey, if somebody clicks yes on the poll that, yes, I want to learn how to quit my job, you know, you don't even get an option or teach me how to quit my job, right? You hit them back up and you've piqued their interest. They're interested in leaving their financial situation because human beings, we're creatures of emotion, we're creatures of habit. We make all of our emotions or make all of our, not emotions, our decisions based off of 2 different things, off of inspiration and desperation. So some people might be sick and tired of being sick and tired, so they might make the move to go out there and online. And some people might just be inspired by the work that you're giving them. Okay, so understand that piquing interest directly and now indirectly, both offline and online. I'm giving you guys two examples, an offline example and an online example. Now the super indirect approach, which is my favorite approach out of all the approaches. Okay, the super indirect approach. Hey, Matt, what's going on, man? How you doing? Good, man. You know, I would talk with them. Maybe I would form him real quick. Hey, Matt, I actually had a question for you. What is it? What is it, John? Well, my question was, dude, I just got involved trading in the Forex and cryptocurrency market. You know, I'm working with a multiple six-figure earner, and he's teaching me. We're actually looking to create a mastermind group. Do you know any sharp people that would be interested in Forex? Very simple. Do you know any sharp, super sharp people that would be interested in learning how to trade and learning from that multiple six-figure earner with me? Now, in Matt's head, that's a super indirect approach. Now, in Matt's head, Matt's listening to that, and he's like, holy shit, this guy, John, is learning from a multiple six-figure earner, and he wants me to know if I know sharp people. So Matt is unconsciously building in his head. He's like, well, I know this person, I know this person, I know this person. Wait a minute for a second. I'm super smart. I want to learn how to go out there and learn how to trade. I want to learn from multiple six-figure earner. Matt is like, well, what is it, dude? Maybe I might be interested. You see what I'm saying? So it's like killing two birds with one stone, because now you get Matt in the idea of going out there and start building, and you also get him in the idea of wanting to also learn a little bit more info without chasing him for it, without going out there and asking him, hey, bro, have you ever heard about Forex? And he's immediately skeptical. Okay. So is this a little bit of value? Like, are you guys learning from this stuff? Or can I go more like in depth? Yes. Okay, cool. Yes, fire, yes, Matt, I used you as an example. Okay, cool, sick. So this is why I was asking you guys this. Now, after I'm a P150, my goal, my sole goal, guys, is to go out there, peak, share, right? And share, peak interest, learn the peaking stuff. That's it. All I got to learn is how to pique people's interest. That's it. I do not know how to present, all that stuff. Once I learn this, now all I have to learn is how to share. Share the fucking opportunity, dude. And that's it. That's all I have to learn, because IML Academy is taking up a lot of my time. Trading is already a lot of stuff. The demo stuff's already a lot of stuff. All I have to learn is how to share. So once I pique somebody's interest, right, I can get them in a group chat with my upline. This is how I launch people. So like once I launch them, I'm like, bro, don't say a word to them, because you have no idea. It's a disservice for you to go out there and talk to other people about it, right? This is only the trailer to the movie. And if you guys do not know about Forex and they're asking you, well, what is it? 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 Learn the invite, okay? Learn the invite. I'm not going to talk about the invite today because this is going to be way too long of a presentation. I have a video on the invite. There's like 3 or 4 different invites. Trust me, guys, you can learn from every single one of them. But once you learn, right, you want to learn how to share. So let's say if I'm launching this other person, his name's George. George puts me in a group chat with his friend. He's piqued his interest. He's like, hey, John, I want you to, hey, George. George is like, hey, what's going on, John? I wanted you to meet my friend Caleb. Caleb is a young, hungry individual who wanted to learn a little bit more about what it is that I was talking about today. Caleb, this is John. He's a multiple six-figure earner, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Then at that point in time, what I do is I'll maybe connect with Caleb on the phone for 10 minutes and have him watch a video. Then I lead them to the sharing. Now, if you don't have an upline at your disposal to do that all the time, what I would recommend is you share them the information. So if I was piquing somebody's interest and I was brand new, I was like, listen, dude, to be honest with you, I just got started with everything. I'm learning from a six-figure earner and six-figure earners on IML TV. And it would be a disservice to you for me to tell you everything about it, but I could send you like a video that explains absolutely everything, bro. And once you do that, maybe just hopefully, if that person's not busy, I can get you on a call with somebody that is making this much money trading or has this much of success in trading and marketing. But that's only if you like really, really watch it, bro, because that person's time is super valuable. I could do it, but if I could confirm a time, I could do that. Okay, cool. So then you put yourself in a group chat with that person, you send them the video, and then you put them in a group chat with your upline. Once you put him in a group chat with your upline, once he's done watching the video, bang. Now the upline has to be a P600 and above. Okay, most you cannot have P150s and above closing your calls. I'm sorry, but like unless you're a super strong P150 that was a P600, I would recommend mostly P600s and above to close your calls. Never like just the P150, unless like you have massive trading results or whatever. I mean, that's just from my experience, guys. Once you do that, you share the opportunity. You share him. There's 4 different ways to share the opportunity. Okay, there is a video. You can send him a video, an opportunity video. What is IML, right? You could, let's say, a lifestyle video, right? Lifestyle videos sell, man. Why do you think that so many different companies do it, right? Lifestyle videos sell. You can either, now after you send him a video, you could maybe invite him to a home event. I'm somebody that really likes to give videos to people. And the reason why is because I don't have time to allocate somebody to a home event all the time. I do, but I first have them watch the video and then invite them to a home event. I'm going to explain this to you guys a little bit later. You can invite them to a webinar, which is Monday and Wednesdays. IML has webinars every single day. And then you can add them on social media. And this is how you will close 90% of your leads. Have that every single one of you and your social media. Okay. So now that I am and now I'm sharing. Now I piqued interest properly to somebody. And now I'm sharing the opportunity. Okay, cool, bro. Honestly, it would be a complete disservice for me to tell you more information because I'm just getting started with it all. But what I could do is I could share with you a video that is going to explain all the details of it. And then after that, possibly I could get you on a call with somebody like Matthew Cruz, who's making $2,000 and like not $2,000 a month, who's absolutely killing it in the marketing and trading side. And I don't even know if he has the time of day for it, but maybe I could do it because you're a stud and I like you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They're like, okay, cool. Yeah, do it. So then I would do, this is what I would do. I would put me and my prospect on a chat. Okay. And then I would send him the video through it. And I'd be like, yo, let's say the dude's name is George. George, here's the video. I put you in a group chat with Matt. I would introduce Matt. I would edify the fuck out of Matt on text. Okay. Letting him know that he's a rock star. Then I would do, what would I do? Then the moment I would be like, okay, here's the video. Check it out. Once you're finished, let me know so we can immediately hop on a call and then figure out a time for you to talk to Matt. Perfect. Immediately when he finishes the video, he'll text you back in that group chat and he'll ask you, okay, cool. I'm done with the video, guys. Okay, all you ask him, you don't say any, just keep it super simple, super small. All right, when are you free to connect on the call? That's it. Keep the text as small as possible. To be honest with you guys, people that try to prospect people through text message, it never works. Okay, when they try to prospect people through like, let's say just through text message, you guys got to understand 80% of this business is all emotions. People don't feel emotions through text. If you think you're going to build $1 billion or a multi-million-dollar business, even $1,000 or $600 a month in IML just through text message, you have the whole thing wrong. You need to get on the phone with people. It resonates with them more. So connect with them on a call. After I connect with them on a call, I merge. I let Matt know. We set up a time. I get on a call and I'm like, hey, what's going on, guys? I'm so excited for, obviously Matt and George for being on the call. George, no, Matt, I want to introduce you to George. Introduce George first. George is, he's really, really hungry. He's looking to learn more information about IML. He just watched the video. So maybe he might just be, like, he might just have the information refreshed. He might need it refreshed, but he has a couple questions here and there. And George, this is Matthew Cruz. Matt is generated hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales. He's traveled the world. He's educating hundreds of people on how to get involved in the Forex and cryptocurrency markets, blah, 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 blah. He is my mentor. So Matt, George, Matt, damn. Now Matt would take the call away, right? Take initiative, connect with George. And all Matt would do is connect with George, ask George where he's at in life. So George, he could hear George's story. Then Matt, let's say I'm Matt Cruz, I'm just telling Matt my story, where I was, where I am now, where I'm going, and I answer all of his questions. And then I asked, and then as a closer, as the guy who's doing the 3-way call, let's say I'm Matt, I would ask him one question after he's done. And that question would be, when are you ready to get started? After I answer all your questions, I'll ask George one more time. Let's say if I'm Matt, I'll ask George, when are you ready to get started? I answered all your questions, correct? He's like, yes. When are you ready to get started? And then I figure out the time George is willing to get started. And now, let's say I'm over here. I'm not Matt or George anymore. Once I hear when George is ready to get started, I put it down in my calendar and I move on to the next one, right? And I follow up with George. I send him results. Let's say if he said he's willing to get started next week, bump him down to like 2 or 3 days and link up with him and build up more belief. After you do this, okay, I'm telling you guys, your recruiting rate will go through the fucking roof. This isn't hard. So it's like once you send him a video, okay, and he's still not closed yet, he's like, bro, I still need more info. You could send him more info, but be like, listen, man. So George, I know you saw the video, bro, but we actually have a meeting the end of the month. It's going to be Matthew Cruz, this person, or we have a meeting next week. You just missed this meeting. I was wondering if you could go because, dude, there's limited seating to it, and I would love for you to go. You need to check this thing out in person. So then you invite him, you lead him from the video to either a webinar or a home event. Last and final thing you're going to do is you're going to make you as a friend on Instagram, Matt as a friend on Instagram, and let's say your closest chairman upline as a friend on Instagram. Why you want them to do that is because when they see that chairman's Instagram, they're like, holy shit, this person's legit, this person's real, right? And if you have your team following you on Instagram, always seeing your work, always seeing you grind, they're never gonna fucking quit. Right? Message me on Instagram. You're the reason that I'll play PS4. I'll look at your Instagram story and I'll get back to fucking work, dude. Like I've had people say that to me. So it's like we're changing the way that people think and changing the way that people follow what they perceive. Right? Through social media. 70% of all communication now is all done through social media. So we want them to add you, your upline, and your closest chairman upline social media. And this is the way that you're going to close them out, right? Once they keep following you on social media, I had people follow me on social media for a full 2 years before they got started. 2 years. That be you. And so that's all I'm teaching people. Nothing else. Everything else is the services. That's it. And that's it. And I'm telling them if I'm a P150, I have to hit my fucking list, dude. I have to hit my list of at least 100 people. I feel like too many people forget the list, right? They forget that the list needs to have at least 100 people. If people don't have 100 people, they're lying to you, dude. They're lying to you flat out, okay? Every single person here has 100 people that they know in their contacts, 100 friends on Facebook, 100 friends on Instagram. And if you don't, you can literally go out there and Facebook friend hundreds of people and be complete strangers with them. I used to do it, all right? You can go on Instagram, buy a bot with like your 10 and 15 followers and grow that stuff, invest back in your business, or it's gonna always pay off for you in the long run, right? Buy a bot for 100, 200 bucks a month, right? That bot will build up your Instagram to a couple hundred people. Go out there, and if you don't even have that, go out there and old school it, dude. Go prospect, go to a mall and prospect people, talk to people, connect with people, go to a club, right? This is the thing about network marketing. A lot of people feel like network marketing prevents you from living, but it actually is accustomed to you to go out there and live and go out there and meet more people. It's network marketing. First is networking and then working and then marketing it out to people. People forget that. So you have to network with people. So 100 people, that's not hard. People forget that they need to do that. So all they're doing right now is picking all these 100 lists, this 100 people, piquing their interest, sharing it, and doing it on a 3-way call. And this is the thing. If you're not if you're a P150 only, the reason you're not a P600 and you hit P150 because a P150 skill set and a P600 skill set is the exact same thing. There is no difference between a P150 and a P600. Usually, the only difference is that the P150 did not take as much action as a P600. That is the truth. That is the 100% truth. They did not have that much belief. They did not take as much action, or they're doing something wrong. Those are the 3 reasons why a P150 is not a P600. So if you're a P150 right now and you want to go to P600, go to your upline and tell him, listen, I want to hit P600 this week. Teach me. Whatever we need to do. Calls, this, and that. I want to hit P600 this week. Right? Because we're here to serve you guys. I feel like too many people, like, they get so comfortable. Like, people feel like they can't hit me up. Well, I'm obviously super busy, but they can't hit their closest P1000. I was so frustrated at P1000, P2000, P5000 because people would not hit me up when I wanted to work with them. Right? We're meant to serve you guys. That's why I'm on this call right here. That's why I've been busting my ass the last 2.5 years of my life. That's why I haven't had like a 30-minute break like the entire day today, is because I'm here to serve you guys, right? So that's what you got to do, but you got to let us know that you need serving. Okay, so go to that. So all I would do at P150 is hit my list. P600, all right? Now P600, this is, we're going to reverse engineer every rank, okay? P600. At P600, at this point, I could personally recruit myself to P600. But let's say I hit my list of 100 people, and let's say I suck. I am horrible. I do a bad job at doing everything. You're going to get at least 10 people from 100 people, man. Like, that is the truth. If you don't, then you did something wrong. But I guarantee you will get 10 people. If you look at IML as an opportunity, it is one of the just best opportunities in your life. Like, you could literally, like, if you have an inch of knowledge and logic, you'll get involved with IML. If you don't, or if it's just not for you, dude, then it's not for you. But I guarantee you, out of 100 people, you get 10 people, and you almost hit P600. If you don't, then let's say let's say I suck, I'm horrible, I only get my 3. Now I'm right here. This is John Guaman, P150. 1, 2, 3. I have to realize that I need to keep personally sponsoring guys. It's not just going to happen on your 3. It's not like you're 3 and you will become a millionaire. Okay, but let's say hypothetically I could only get my 3. Okay? Now with these 3 people, let's say these 3 people, this guy's name is E, this guy's name is J, and this guy's name is K. E, J, K. All right? So what I would do with them is I would do the exact process that I just explained to you guys and that I just did to them. I would teach them this, and I would teach them the PS3, peak, share, 3-way. And then what I would do is, instead of them having write their list and have them hit up these people and do the calls themselves, because 90% of people are not self-sufficient. 90% of people won't do the work, dude. Why? We live in a society that tells other people when to eat, when to pee, and how much money they're allowed to make. Bro, from the time that you guys have grown up, you guys got to realize you've been, like, not, I wouldn't say enslaved, but you've been literally programmed to go out there and to be an employee, to have somebody else to tell you what to do, when to do it, and how to do it from the day that you are born. So what I would do at this point is, most people aren't self-sufficient, because if they were, then the entire world would be rich. I'm sorry if I'm just being real with y'all, but this is how I am. I'm like super raw. Like, I'm like, I listen to a lot of Gary Vee, Tony Robbins. It's like, I love the raw shit because I need to hear that. And hopefully that resonates with you guys, because I love raw shit, like being real with people. I'm not going to give you guys cookie cutter stuff. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do this. So I launched these guys. I launched them, and I have this guy, E, J, and K hit their list of 100 people. So they're hitting their list of 100 people. Let's say they suck too. This should take me 1 day. I work 1 day with E, 1 day with J, 1 day with K. That's it. I work Monday with E, Tuesday with J, Wednesday with K. Then at that point in time, bang, 3. I get their 3, their 3, their 3. In 3 days, I would hit P600. I hit P600 in 1 day, just off personal recruitments. Like, it's not rocket science, especially if you have knowledge on Forex and have knowledge in the background of what it is that you're talking about with IML, and you just get started your first week or two. Like, in your first week, you should know, like, you should finish basics. Like, if you're serious. It's crazy because my upline not in IML, in VEMA would not talk to anybody that wasn't a diamond and above. He would just flat out not talk to you. Like, if you called him, like, I talked to my P600s, but in BEMA, they would not talk to you if you're a P2000. the way it worked was like they would not talk to you. Like it's like imagine you're chairman 10 or you're chairman 25 just ignoring your call, just being like, bro, if you're not a P2000, don't even fucking like call me. Like that's how my old company was. And it was because they didn't consider people serious if they did not at least hit a certain rank like P1000 or P2000. And it's because it's that simple. That's all you're doing. You're just piquing people's interest and then you launch people properly. If you can do that, you can hit P600. Once you're at the P600 level, now it gets interesting. This might take you a month. It might take you 2 months. It might take you a year, dude. I've had some people do it all. It might take you a day, right? Trust the process, right? Life moves at everybody's different time speed at a different time. You know what I'm saying? Like life is not just super quickly, all right? But you want to do this quickly because success loves speed. That's the only reason I like to say you want to do it quick is because the faster you go, the more momentum you'll create and the more success stories you'll create in a faster speed. Network marketing was meant to be fast, not slow, all the time, okay? So now you have your 3, now you're P600. And I get this message all the time. John, how do I go from P600 to P1000? Because now you have a team of 12 people. And they all know about the fast start training and the PS3 system and how to peak and share in 3-way and maybe show up for events or a couple things here and there. Now, at P600, you want to start developing skills. That's what you're going to want to do at the P600. Developing your skills. You're going to want to start developing 3 major skills that are going to take you guys to the next level. This is the 3-way call. How to close on a 3-way call. A lot of people think they know how to close. What I didn't know how to close. I'll be 100% honest with you guys. I did not know how to close. What I had to do was I had to pick up a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. I had to get educated on trading and network marketing. I picked up Business of the 21st Century. I listened to it on SoundCloud the other day, 30-minute audio. Picked that up. It changed my life. I picked up How to Win Friends and Influence People, Business of the 21st Century. I went online on Google and searched up Jordan Belfort's straight line persuasion closing training because I did not know how to close. And I took one whole day on, I'm just going to be honest with you guys, on Adderall. And I spent 8 hours locked up in a room and I wrote notes on how Jordan Belfort was able to build an empire that was $0 into him being almost a multi-billion-dollar business and over the span of less than 10 years. It was something that came from nothing. And I wrote it all down in 8 hours. So if you guys don't know how to close, I have a video that explains how to close to people. What was the name of the SoundCloud audio? Business of the 21st Century by Robert Kiyosaki. So it's like, go out there and learn it. Like you could either learn from experience or go out there, get the knowledge and then apply it like that. Or you could listen to my video on how to close on YouTube. I talk about the same thing, but you're going to want to get 3 main skills. One skill is the 3-way call. The other skill is presenting. Presenting is absolutely everything because whether someone does or does not get started in IML is 100% due to the way that you presented to them. Did it make sense to them? It was all but the way that you presented it to them. So you want to get good at presenting, both online, offline, etc. And the next thing you're going to want to make sure that you're doing is, I would say, the biggest thing is like presenting, sharing your story. Like, okay, presenting also goes into events. You're going to want to make sure that you're speaking at events doing the introduction. But the next thing you're going to want to do is also stay in phase 1. Stay in phase 1 / duplicating. Because to get to P1000, some people do it just off personal sponsors. But to get to P2000, you need to duplicate. There is no way possible you're going to hit P2000 unless you duplicate your business. So at P600, I have 6 personal sponsors on my team. Or I have 12 people on my team. I'm like, damn, how do I get to the next level? How can I go out there and truly build my business to the next level? How would I do that? Okay, cool. I figure out who are the hungriest people to work with on my team and I taproot through their business. Okay? So let's say I stay in phase 1. I'm presenting, I stay in phase 1. How do I do it? I bring new blood in my business. Now that I'm a P600, I have more results. I can bring more blood in my business. I can go out there and let's say bring 1, 2, 3 new reps into my team. There's different ways to do this, but hypothetically, let's say I bring 3 new reps in my team and I launch those guys and I put them underneath these guys right here, one of the legs. Let's say I do that in 1 day. So now I brought in 3 new blood is the sustainable, is going to build your business. Or I top root, okay? And how would the top rooting be done? I could do this right here. Let's say if I brought in my 3, right? They brought in, let's say I'm working with who was this guy? K. This guy over here is K, right? I help K get his 3, but then I would work with the newest and the hungriest person under K. One of them is going to be an ace. I would help K hit his list of 100 people, and this is the Ivan Tapia training. K would go out there and literally, right? Let's say K is a boss. K is the ace. K, instead of bringing in 3 people, he brings in 7 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out of these 7 people, this is what you're going to find in your IML business, okay? This is what you got to realize. 2 out of the 7 will do nothing. 2 of them will do absolutely nothing, or they will stay a customer. That is the truth. This is just the truth. This is the reality. 2 people, like, dude, there's people that I had signed up in my IML business. They never even opened up IML. Like, this is just the truth. 2 of them, the next 2, these 2 right here, will either get their 2 minutes free or stay as a customer. That's it. These right here will do nothing. My bad. These 2 right here will do nothing. And the other 2 will actually stay as a customer for 6 months. This is actually a good thing because customers that stay in your business for longer than 6 months turn into the best business builders in the world. I had this girl literally flip her account from like a couple $100 to like, let's say just under $1,000 in like a week. She showed her friends and everybody got started. She was just a customer. She had been trading for 2 months. There's another person that got involved with 6 months trading. He built his account up so high. Now he wants to build. So don't scrutinize your customers. All right. So 2 will be customers. The next 2 will be P150 builders. Builders that will build from P150 and above. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. The next 2 right here, these guys will be P600 builders. They have the capability of hitting P600 because every person can bring in 12 or every person can bring in 3. I believe that every person can either get the 2 minutes free / P150 or be a P600. So 2 of them will be P600 builders. And 1 of them will be a P1000, a future P1000, the ace that you want to work with. So now this is John over here. This is K, right? 2nd level. And the P1000 leader, let's call him Caleb. Caleb is the P1000 future leader. Instead of working just with K, I start working with Caleb. I will start working with Caleb and help Caleb launch. And as I'm launching Caleb with the fast start training, with the PS3 system, going through his list, Caleb is the ace and he's bringing in 7 people as well. Right? Let me like put this down. So Caleb is building 7 people as well. And let's say Caleb enrolls this other ace, right? Because out of 7, 1 will be a P1000 leader, right? This other ace whose name is, let's say, Gold. Let's just say his name is Gold, right? His name is Gold. So under K will be, right, Caleb, and Caleb enrolls this guy named Gold. And now I start working with Gold, and I have Caleb work with my old leader. See what I'm saying? And I keep building depth, and I go down and down and down and down and down and down and down. I go down 8 to 9 to even 10 levels. And I work with those people, and I help launch those people, and I hit their list of 100 people. That, you do that 3 times on every single one of your legs, you will hit P1000 or P2000. Doing this right here with me also personally sponsoring will get me to P1000. I am now making an additional $1,000 a month residually. And I'm still developing, I'm still learning new skills. I'm still going out there and learning more about trading. I'm getting trading results. I'm getting marketing results. I have a team of 30 people. Now, if you look at the setup, it's super easy. P1000 is 12 12, 6. All I have to do is help 2 of my friends hit P600, or, right, help 4 people hit P150 on each leg and build depth into my organization. Now, if you want to sustain it long term, and I'm talking about you guys want to make long-term residuals. You don't want to just be rich for a month. You don't want to hit P1000 1 month. You want to keep it forever. You build depth. You don't build anyone's business, okay? Because in reality, they're not going to appreciate it. And to be honest with you, long term, it sometimes just doesn't make sense. Long term, it doesn't. You want to build depth. Just from my experience, guys, I've built people's business before and it never worked out. Now, let's talk about how to get to P1000 or to P2000. I'm going to go all the way to chairman, dude. So at P1000, you already have a set, what I like to call, right, your foundation. You have your foundation. You have 30 people, 30 reps in your team. You build depth. You've driven depth into the business. You're doing opportunity calls. Okay? You have what I like to call a culture. Right? You have culture in your team. The people that are ranked up on your team, you should have anywhere from, let's say, 2 P600s and let's say 6 P150s. It's not the right math, but let's just say that it's what it is. Okay? Now, this level, a lot of people get stuck at. This is the biggest level people get stuck at, the P1000 level. John, how do I go from P1000 to P2000? To be honest with you guys, I was stuck there for a long time. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think in the first IML build, I was stuck there for 4 months. And a lot of it came from, I wasn't launching people right. That was a lot of it. And I wasn't consistent with my events. So like, this is what I would do if I were you. I would figure out my foundation and my culture. So I figure out the 4 people that I'm going to take. So I already have 2 P600s. I need to help because P1000 is 12, 12, 6. I need to double this. I need to get this to 30, 30, 15 to get to the next level. How am I going to get this? Well, the only way to really do it is having your P600s start throwing down and presenting on their own. That's the only way you're going to do it. Having them become self-sufficient. It has to get to a point where your P600s are going to, they've been watching you, right? The step of duplication. The only way you're going to do this is through duplicating. Okay? And there's a nice way to duplicate. I think Matt Cruz actually showed me something online, and it's an amazing way to duplicate, right? There's 3 ways to duplicate. I'm not going to explain it too much. The duplication process is a 5-step process, right? I do, you watch. You're going to want to make sure you treat your P600s like babies, okay? They need to become, you need to first grow as a you're growing as a mentee, and you have to be the mentor at this point to your P600 leaders, okay? The mentor to your P600 leaders. So I do the duplication process. I'll call it the D process. I do, you watch is number 1. Number 2, I do, you help. Okay? I do and you help. So in the beginning, I'm doing the presentation for my P600 leaders. Okay? And then at this point, now I do and you help. Now you're opening up. You're doing the services and I will help you. I'm no longer doing it for you. Okay? Because if I keep doing it for you, I'm stunning your growth and stunning your success. Now, the 3rd step, after, let's say he's doing the introduction, the 3rd step would be you do, I help. So now, instead of me going out there and teaching him how to pique interest, piquing into his interest for him, sharing the opportunity for him, and then doing the 3-way call for him, he's now doing all of that and I'm just helping him close. Now, instead of me doing the services and the presentation for him, all I am doing is closing. He does, you do, and I just help. All right, at the events and presentations, I'm just helping you. I'm not doing it anymore. Because at this point in time, I need you to become self-sufficient because if I'm not here, then the entire organization will collapse, right? The fourth step, which a lot of people get stuck at, is you do, I watch. I'm no longer doing it anymore at this point. I'm going to the event and I'm going as if I'm just an observer. That's it. Like I'm just like a customer. Like you're doing it, I'm watching you, dude. That's it. That's honestly it. And like I'm critiquing you. So like I'm like, okay, cool, bro. Like next time, what you're gonna want to make sure you do is you're doing this. Not critiquing you, like, but kind of like telling you, like giving you a little bit of advice after. Okay? If somebody fucks up the presentation, this is what I used to do. I used to be like, bro, great presentation, never push people down, but honestly, we need to work on it. To be 100% real with you. Like that was a perfect presentation, but it's not chairman material yet. And let's work on it. So let's go, let's have a private session. Let's work on your presentation. Let's go outside of like, instead of doing this in IML, go practice a presentation, repeat it. You know how I got good at the presentation? I would just watch Jason Brown videos, Austin Godsey videos, Alex Morton videos, David Amontier videos, and I would just listen to it again and again and again and again and again on repeat, right? So last thing is you do, I watch, and the fifth and last and final thing, you do, you teach. This is where so many people get like stuck, bro, because they do not help other people be able to become a mentor. Like the first step is being the mentee. You're always a mentee. You're always a student. The second step would be being the mentor to people. Like having to be a role model, giving advice to people on the success that you've had and that how you could help them get to the next level. But the last and final thing, which is the hardest part, is helping to create other leaders and other mentors. That is like that top tier leadership. Okay? Like, so you do and you teach. Can you teach somebody else? Can you teach somebody else to teach other people? So what I did when this happened was when I was doing the same trainings, I would like secretly, like I'd be like, all right, bro, I'm not doing the training anymore. Like people are like, all right, we're going to do a fast start training after this event. After the event, I'd be like, yo, Paul, you do the event, bro. No, you do the training. What? Bro, I can't do the training. I've never done it before. Bro, I don't care. You've heard it probably 5 different times. I've given it to you. You're doing the training. I'm not doing it anymore. Like, so you do and you teach it now. Like you have to teach it to other people. Because what are you going to do if I wasn't here, bro? Like this is the truth. So then you put other people on the spot and you're having them teach it as well. And they'll get better at teaching other people. Some people know how to learn, but they don't know how to teach other people. That's something you have to master. You have to be really good at a lot of things in network marketing. So I would duplicate. And if I'm at P1000, I'm still bringing in new blood. I spent 40% of my time still bringing in new blood and working with new blood. Okay? 40%. The majority of my time I would say honestly 60%. 60% with new blood and 40% with old blood. With the oldies, the guys that have already been in here for a month or 2 months or 3 months, right? I'm only going to spend 40% of my time with them. I'm going to spend the majority of my time still with the newer people because I want to build this organization bigger. I'm going to bring in more people, bring them underneath and bring depth into them. My goal, you could do it very simple. You can make either your goal to help 2 people at P2000, because this is what we're aiming for, P2000, all right? 2 people to hit P600. No, is it 2 people? No, it's 3 people, right? So you can have 3, you have to reverse engineer the rank, right? So P2000 is 75 people. 75 people, 30 on this leg, 30 on this leg, 15 on this leg. All you have to do is help one person here hit P600. You need maybe 3 P600s here. And 3 P600s here. Or 1 P1000 here. And 1 P1000 here. There's 1. And then just 1 P600. So it's simple, guys. Like you just help your friend who's over here hit P1000 to help you hit P1000 to help him. All you gotta do is help him hit P1000. That's it. Take guard, take leadership, have him do his own events at P1000. They should be doing their own events, right? And how do I break this down? If I'm building in Connecticut, let's say my first P3000, my first P1K is I'm doing an event with him on Monday. My second P2K, or we'll do an event all at one time. My second P2K, I'll do like, let's say an event on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, I'll have an event with my P600. And then on Thursday, I'll have a launch call with another leader that I'm launching, that I'm gonna place under one of these leaders. Friday, I work at a different event with a different team. And I would take over regional areas with people. I don't know if you guys ever watched this game called Risk, right? Risk, where you have to conquer different lands, right? This is just like that. Every other day, you should be working with a different leader. You shouldn't be working just with the same people over and over and over and over and over and over. So, I get that. Maybe you can talk to them, but you want to be always launching new people at P1000. You can't be focusing on just the same person again and again. Yes, you can help them grow. You can help them build, give them the resources, but a good mentor gives you the answers. A great mentor leads you to the answers. Okay. That's what you guys got to understand. So at this point, let's say I help I'm taprooting, I'm placing, I'm working with new blood, I'm doing all that stuff, and now I've hit P2000, right? I just hit P2000. From doing that, I am now making $2,000 a month. I am that person. I am really that person. When I hit P2K, I was hyped. Back then, I was super hyped because I was like, man, now I'm making $2,000 a month. Don't have to work my job. Blah, 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 blah. How can I get to the next level? P5000 looks so big for me, right? P5000 was 90, 90, 45. This right here is so much for me, man. I don't know if I can do it. I was skeptical. I was like, damn, P5000 is a lot of people, bro. I was like, fuck, bro. How am I going to really do that? At P5000, you got to understand. I even have it over here on my whiteboard over here. At P5000, all you need is two P1Ks. That's it. Or all you need is 12 P1Ks. No, not even. P5000, you need 225 people in your business. So this P2000 is P5000. 225 people. Some people might think that's hard. Some people might think it's easy. It's easy. It's simple. Think of it like this. You build, let's say, let me break this down right here real quick. 225. You build 3 teams of 75. You build 3 teams of $2,000 in a month earners and leaders. You're making $5,000 a month. It's easy. And it's super easy. Reverse engineer this. So this is where you're going to have to reverse engineer your rank. Okay, continue taprooting because taprooting is going to build your business, right? But this is where the development of leaders and self-sufficiency is being put into play. All your P600s should be on one accord. All your P1000s should be in one accord. And you're having different consistent scheduled events Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, or opportunity calls. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Schedule different types of events, different types of systems for different types of leaders, okay? And due to regional areas. So taprooting, developing, and even sponsoring. You're gonna still be sponsoring at P5. You're gonna be sponsoring until you're chairman 25, dude. That's the truth. That is the reality. You have to keep sponsoring because now you have even more credibility. Now you're making $2,000 a month. That is a lot of money. Okay, a lot of people don't say that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So now, at this point in time, to get to P5000, I realized that I need 2 P2Ks and 1 P1K. And I was stuck at P2K to P5K for the longest time. And you know what I realized it was? The majority of it was realizing, guys, what got you to where you are today isn't going to get you to where you want to be tomorrow. Who and what got you to where you are today isn't going to get you to where you want to be tomorrow. Who and what got you there? So who is the leaders that you have, the P1000 leaders. Some of them might come in, some of them might collapse, You might hit a page of like up and downness, all right? But who got you today is not going to get you where you're going to be tomorrow. So you got to realize at this point in time at P2000, I needed to figure out what they say, that quote, work with 80% of 20% of your business. So now I'm looking for who are my leaders? Who are the people that I could talk to, I can mentor to make sure that they're doing the right type of things almost. That way I can help them grow. So at 80 people, right, I'm looking for, let's say, my top 10 or my top 12. Just like Jesus, right, had his top 12 disciples, I want to mentor 12 people and help these 12 people get to P2000. That's how I'm going to hit a steady $5,000 a month. Okay. If you have, like, you're going to help these guys make $2,000 a month. That's my goal. Okay. So some of these guys might be P600s, P1000s, but I'm going to help these guys get to the next level. They're going to do their own events, their own opportunity calls. I'm going to show up to their events, show up to their opportunities, and show up to all that stuff while I'm training these guys to become fucking animals and studs. I am also still taprooting. I am still developing myself, because your income will never outweigh how much money you're allowed to make. Your income, how do you develop yourself? You go out there, you listen to personal development, you write fucking trainings, dude. I was talking to a P2000 or a P5000. Like, I'm not going to mention anybody's name, honestly, but like, it's like, if you don't have your own trainings, like I have trainings, like top 10s trainings and 30 trainings that I give to my team. If you don't have your own trainings, if you're not organizing your own shit, if you're not doing that, then you are undeserving of the rank, to be honest with you. Like, you're undeserving of it. I'm just going to be real with you. I like to be raw. Like, you have to be organized. Like, so development is like discipline, organization, leadership skills, intention, like your courageousness, you know, like that is the development of a leader. How are you developing as a presenter? Like, how are you changing as a person? Have you identified the certain things that are holding you back from getting to the next level to become the best version of yourself? Because if you're the best version of yourself and you're in the upward spiral in life, your income will be in the upward spiral, always. Money is just energy. Where value is, money will fucking follow, dude. I am 100% and proof and evidence of that. Where value is, money will follow. Money has no choice. Money is just fucking energy. Once you're at that frequency, money will come to you. This level right here takes more spiritual, is more of the spiritual aspect than the technical aspect. You got to understand that less than 12% of the world, or the US, makes $60,000 a year, makes $5,000 a month. So like, this is going to be a big test for you guys in your leadership skills. But you have to believe that you are worthy enough. You have to grow. You have to identify certain things you need to become better at. Let's say it's social media. Let's say it's let's say it's presenting. Let's say it's you're scared of making a video of yourself and putting it on Instagram. Fucking do it. You're scared of the Facebook Live, Instagram story. Do it. If you're scared of presenting in front of people, do it. If you're scared of throwing your own fucking home event and you have not done that yet, do it. Because that is why you're not at 5,000 a month. That is why. It's the truth. That's why I wasn't at 5,000 a month. I had the struggle. I was from P2000 and P5000 for the longest fucking time. The longest time. Right? And it was because I was scared. I did not know what I was doing right and what I was doing wrong. I had a little bit of mentorship, but I realized the majority of it was all mental. Majority of it was mental, and was for me lacking organization and developing my leaders, like setting goals for myself and other people. That's one thing you're going to want to do at P5000. You're going to want to make sure how far away every single person is from the next P600 and P1000, right? These 12 disciples you're going to work with, right? Let's say one of them is only 5 away from P1000. You're going to work with him to that day, for that entire day until you get to P1000. Set goals for yourself and other people. I have right here a list of 30 people on my team, 50 people on my team that I'm working with, actually 50, and how far away they are from their next P2000 rank. I'm only working with P1000s. So how far away they are from the P2000, P2000 rank. And I talk to them every week or bi-weekly. So you're going to want to make sure you set goals for these people. You're working with these people. You're developing these people. As you're doing this and as they're growing their business and their organization, you're going to focus on taprooting still and sponsoring new people and bringing in new blood to put underneath that business. That's it. New blood, new blood, new blood, new blood, new blood, new studs, new aces, new P1Ks, new P600s, new P150s, popping new P1000s. That will get you to P5000. Okay? That will get you to P5000. Now, P5000, damn, dude, this webinar is long as shit. I think I'm missing a call right now, to be honest with you. I think right now I'm late for another call. Yeah, I had a call right now with Christian Boyle, I think. And I was on a call. I'm sorry, guys. Now I'm going to tell you guys how to get a chairman. So from P5000 to chairman 10, 6 figures. And I'm not going to make this too fat because we already like still 55 people on the call. I applaud you if you're still on this call. Right? The chairman. Now we found the foundation. We found the culture. And you want to create momentum. I call it the 3 C's, right? 3 C's in network marketing. This will bring you to chairman 10 in Plat 5000. Commitment, consistency, and yeah, it's commitment, the 3 C's in network marketing. I'm sorry, guys, I forgot this. I had a brain fart. Let me see that shit real quick. 3 C's of network. And coachability, commitment, consistency, and commitment to a system. So commitment to a system, consistency with events, okay? And also the last and final thing in network marketing, commitment, consistency, and I forgot the last C, guys. I'm sorry. I've been blown up right now on my story, but this will bring you to the 3 C's of momentum, right? This will bring you into the season of growth, okay? Commitment to a system that's working for you guys. Consistency with the events, the opportunity calls. If you're inconsistent with them, they will never grow. 2 people turns into 100 people very quickly with consistency. But 2 people and 100 people can turn very quickly to 2 people with a lack of consistency. Okay? So consistency is the 8th wonder of the world. Commitment is what's left after the emotion of the moment is gone. You guys got to understand, you got to master those 2 C's. And this will lead you from P5000 to Chairman 10. Another thing that will lead you from P5000 to Chairman 10 is just developing, tap rooting, doing 3-way calls, and the same old stuff here will lead you to Chairman 10. Chairman 10 is a lot of it is mental. 90% of it is mental, 100%. So that's it, man. That's it, guys. I appreciate every single one of you guys. If you guys got value from this entire thing, please go back, go on my Instagram. Y'all can go follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is John B. Guaman, and type on my last post a bunch of fire emojis. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I am freaking exhausted. Go 1 more hour. I can't. I've been going like 6 hours. Can't do this anymore. But yeah, guys, that's the truth. That's like from there to chairman. And honestly, I think you guys, I went more in depth with P1000, P2000, P600 because I wanted you guys to like see it. And like, once you get to P5000, like it should almost take you to chairman 10. If you're missing out on consistency or accountability, it's it. But yeah, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Show love on my Instagram. That's all I ask. And we'll crush it. Peace, guys. Love y'all.